The Rant Network with Stuart Brisgell and David Solomon. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. You think about it, we rant about it. Listen to us live on Facebook.
Good, happy Friday afternoon, everybody. David Solomon here, flying solo yet again on a Friday. And folks, if you're as happy as I am, that means that your team, the Montreal Canadiens, are going to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in 28 years. And I know that's not the rant you want to hear, but man, I couldn't be happier today than what I saw last night as my team finally broke through after so many years and scored the goal in overtime, and we're going to go to the finals. But of course, that's not what you want to hear about today. I know. What you want to talk about, what you want to hear about is the rant today. And really, what are we talking about here today? And unfortunately, or fortunately, this week, someone came out, made an announcement. Now, I'm wearing a t-shirt. I don't know if you could see this, but this is my superhero t-shirt. You know, Stuart likes to make fun of my t-shirts or my clothes, whatever. Today, I wore my superhero t-shirt today. Why? Because what happened this week, and I mentioned this on Wednesday's rant, when Carl Nassib, a lineman for the Raiders, the football team. I mean, he's a good football player. He's good. Not great, but he's a good football player. And Carl Nassib, who's a lineman, came out and announced during Pride Month that he is gay and pledged $100,000 to the Trevor Project. Now, let's just put one thing into perspective here, folks. Okay? This should not be newsworthy. But in the world of male testosterone-ridden sports, this isn't a major deal. Major deal. And I want to applaud and congratulate all of the people who literally supported his move to make that announcement on this day. It was bold. Why? I hate to say it, because if you look at male sports and the way it is, homophobia, sadly, still runs rampant there. If you look at ladies' sports, women's sports today, not a problem. Hasn't been a problem in ages. Basketball players, soccer players have been coming out for a long time. No problem. It's very popular to see, in fact, teammates or players in other teams cross sports, pronouncing their love and affection for each other, marriage and what have you in a public fashion. But in men's sports, oh no, can't do that. Can't do that. The fear. Oh my God, there could be a gay guy in our locker room. What if he sees me in the shower? Oh my God. And until now, this is the great taboo. Players waited till retirement for the most part before they actually said anything about their sexuality. And there have been a couple of players who actually in college announced that they were gay, got drafted, and somehow never played it in the NFL. Which leads to the question is, really, is there a relationship here? Is there a fear still? And in 2021, to still have that notion it's mind-boggling. But you can see the public support. What's actually kind of cool is that Carl Nassib has become the top-selling jersey in the NFL. That shows you that the public is okay with this. Not only okay with this, but excited about it. Okay, this isn't about liberal versus conservative. This isn't about right versus left. It's about freaking time. I mean, it's sad to see that there are kids in high school who are afraid to talk about their sexuality. Parents are still not interested in hearing about it. Call it whatever reason, traditional, religious. I mean, there are a myriad of reasons why. And you have so many kids petrified, worrying about what's going to happen in school with their chums or their friends or their classmates, worrying about parents' reaction. It's still hidden. And so when I talk about a hero, Carl Nassib has become a hero to many because he took a bold step for the first time ever to make such a proclamation. Now, frankly, I would think this is not newsworthy. Not because of what he's done. Like, don't get me wrong. But when are we going to start accepting this as the day-to-day norm? I mean, really, I mean, frankly, I want to, if I'm going to play football, I want to play with a teammate. I don't care if he's black or white. I don't care what his religion is. I don't care what his politics are. I certainly shouldn't care about his sexual orientation. But it still seems to prevail in 2021. Sad to say, but prevails in such a way it's disgusting. Now, applause to some of the commentators. Stephen A. Smith, who's on ESPN, not my favorite guy, and I will tell you that I think his bravado and his brashness is all fake, and that's just his personality. But what he said is the first player is an indictment of society. Now, I applaud him because the statement is valid. It's where we are today. One, yes, you need to come, let's put this out there. Let's get the word out there. Let's get everybody excited. Let's get everybody, on board. But it just shows you still how tenuous this subject is in male sports. It shouldn't, but it does. And while we're fighting all this racism, which still prevails in sports, if you don't believe me, go to arenas. I mean, it's frightening to see how someone in an arena, a fan, will hurl racial remarks at a player. It's vile. We've heard it. People have been thrown out of games. People have been, fined. We've seen owners, getting thrown out of the league because of comments like that. And if you don't think that this is going to happen now on the football field, when the Las Vegas Raiders actually go on the road, I wouldn't be shocked to hear that fans will yell these absolutely vile remarks towards Carl Nassib. Not because I condone it, and I think they should do it. The opposite. I'm disgusted by it. Imagine taking your kid to a game and somebody yells, "Hey, bleep," or "You bloody whatever." This is what you're teaching your kid. This is what, and I, for the love of God, can accept it, understand it, but they do it, and it's going to happen. And this is the indictment on society that I'm sick and tired of, that Stephen A. Smith has commented on. He's right. Is that because he came out, it's now fodder for the fans to go after him. I wouldn't even be surprised if opposing players will go after him. I wouldn't be surprised if something goes wrong that his teammates will make a comment, because we haven't advanced yet as enough as a society. It's really sad. But that's what's happening. And so when will the next one come out? And then the next one, and then the next one. And when will it stop being newsworthy? I don't know. But for now, it's a big deal. And we should take it as a big deal. And we should use it as a way to teach, to learn from, and not vilify. Because I got to tell you, when you look on social media, he got tremendous response, tremendous respect. Social media, other athletes, male, female, didn't matter, applauded the move. A thumbs up. He said he wasn't looking to be a hero. He wasn't looking to do anything. He was tired of hiding, and he was ready to make that move. Congratulations. And then this occurs. Joy Behar completely goes off the rails. Idiot. And I mean, number one freaking idiot. She likes to call herself, this woke, aware kind of individual. She's great. She's going to teach you about what is right. I mean, don't say right, because she's so anti-conservative that you could die. She's so liberal in her thinking, and admittedly so, that anybody who disagrees with her is terrible. What does she say? What does she say after hearing Carl Nassib's that proclamation? Quote, after they said penetration in the end zone, they lost me. And then she says, oh, by the way, the joke I made for daytime television, scratch it. Make believe I never said it. I'm sorry, Joy. No, you don't get a mulligan, and you certainly don't get a pass here. You showed your true colors. You showed that you're only woke when convenient. You showed everyone in society what your true colors are. And sadly, how many Americans are going to react to this, that it's a joke. You think you're funny? You think these remarks are funny? If we make a comment about a black person, an Asian person, I guarantee you'd lose your mind. Did you care he was gay? Ha ha, funny, funny. No, you offended him and you offended the LGBTQ community. This is a monumental time. In 2021, it is really sad to see that we have to do this. But after having marched in the Gay Pride Parade, or participated in the Gay Pride Parade here in Montreal a number of years ago, I didn't realize to what extent this community has struggled, suffered, tortured, outcasted, vilified because of their sexual preference. For Pete's sake, of all things, like really, it wasn't a crime what they committed. But seeing how difficult and meeting other teenagers who are petrified to admit their true feelings because they're worried about Joy Behars of this world. They're worried about their teachers. They're worried about their school. They're worried about society, their friends. They're petrified. What a random football player did this week should have made it a little bit easier. Instead, Joy Behar single-handedly tarnished what should have been the right thing to do. When you hear of the rate of suicide of kids afraid to admit their sexual orientation, Carl Nassib helped them to realize you don't have to be afraid, because in that testosterone-driven NFL, he's going to force change. Congratulations, Carl. To me, you're a hero. And I hope that one day we can finally call this, and I stop calling this newsworthy, that one of these days, the Joy Behars of this world will disappear and we won't need to hear that kind of jokes. And we hope that fans out there, when they go into the stadiums or into the arenas or the baseball fields or wherever they're going to go, put a cork on it, bandage your mouth. We don't need that kind of thinking in society. Enough is enough. It's a form of racism, of outcasting. And I could care less if you're where you are. It needs to end today. So if there are other Carl Nassibs out there today, whether it's in football, whether it's in soccer, baseball, hockey, I could care less what sport you're in. If you're in theater or you're just in business, in the medical field, I don't care. If you feel that it's your want to share your feelings, please do. We'll be here to support you. The Joy Behars of this world won't be, but that shouldn't stop you. And I encourage and I welcome all of you to join me in this one, to join me in this parade of individuals who support the Carl Nassibs. I'm not saying buy his jersey, but applaud him and congratulate him and support others who are afraid to make that declaration, where one day I hope we won't really care to have to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. That's the end of the rant for Friday afternoon. Looking forward to seeing you all on Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week, where we'll get into other topics, other rants. We're available on all your favorite places where you can download your podcasts. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. therantnetwork.com. We're going to hear more and more of us, folks. So send us those comments, send us those feelings, send us your subjects. Love what I'm getting. Got to tell you, some great stuff. You're filling us up with some beautiful things. So we look forward to speaking to you all on Monday. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend.